Hi everyone, welcome back to the Twisted Hazel. Today I've got a little bit of an unboxing video for you. I recently have been getting into watches and I've been particularly watching a lot of homage watches that are sold on AliExpress. And in the recent AliExpress sale, a little watch popped up on my feed, which I found quite interesting. It looked quite nice and it was very cheap. Was only, and with all the discounts in the sale, it actually ended up only costing me about $45, and that includes the tax and it included the delivery. It is a Pegani Design watch, which is a fairly decent Chinese watchmaker, and I just thought I'll take a punt, have a look, have a see what it's like. At the end of the day, if it's not a great watch, it's only $45. But I liked the look of it and I thought, why not? So let's open this up, have a look inside and see what it's like. Okay, so let's open it up and have a look what we've got here. It's quite a nice looking, box. Quite like their logo. It's quite nice. It's a nice box, it's nice packaging. So yeah, it's a very nice packaging again. Got your Pegani Design logo and everything. Nice little, I guess, dust cleaning cloth with the logo on it again. And here's the watch. So, take that off. I really like the look of this actually. It's a, I haven't been able to find an exact watch that it's meant to be homaging, but there seems to be some Tissot and Tag Heuer watches that it takes inspiration from, at least in the dial design. Yeah, it's quite a nice. It's got the logo stamped on the winder there, which is nice. Yeah, it's very nice. There's a few different designs of this. I've gone for the orange one, which comes with the orange band and orange stitching, and then it's got matching orange seconds hand, and the subdial hands as well have got tipped orange as well. You can get these with a white background, and you can also get them with the in red, I think white and yellow I think is the other one as well. So yeah, that's a really nice design. It's this is the Pegani Design PD3306. The case thickness is the case thickness from front to back is advertised as 12 mil. The case diameter, so basically not including the crown, but from there to there, is 45 mil. So it's a reasonably large watch, and lug to lug. So lug to lug is about 48 mils. That's what it's advertised at. I'll have to do a proper measurement when I do a proper review of this watch after I've worn it a little bit. It's a quartz movement, so as you can see, sort of ticking, the seconds hand is ticking about one tick per second. So it says that it's a Japanese movement, although it doesn't really say anything on the back about that. It's meant to be, it says it's genuine leather. I mean, obviously genuine leather is a bit of a misnomer these days. Genuine leather can mean anything from proper top grain leather to just, you know, reconstituted leather basically. So it's, yeah, it's not particularly fancy band, but it does the job. I actually quite like the orange and the orange stitching on it. The case is stainless steel, and actually I think actually has quite a nice profile. Actually, it's got nice brushing on there. It's polished. Yeah, it's polished around the bezel and sort of on the edges there, but then you've got brushing on the sides as well, which gives it, I guess, a bit of a sporty look. It's got the sword-shaped hands, which are quite nice. I'll have to do a check in a minute, but I believe that there's loom on the dial. Oh, sorry, on the hands. I don't think there's loom anywhere else, but we'll give it a check and have a look at that. The date indicator is a little bit off. Let's have a look at the movement. There we go. So it only goes in one direction. Yeah, it's not brilliant. It's not perfectly lined up. Like you can sort of see, like that's straight on, and it's sort of not really sitting there perfectly. Let's pull it out. Is it hacking? No, it's not hacking. So that means that the second. Oh no, hang on. Okay, that's odd. When I pulled it out, the second's hand wasn't moving. It was moving, but now it isn't moving. So let me pop that back in. Yeah, it's working fine. Pull it out again. Yep, still ticking. And then... Oh, and this time it is still moving. Well, that's odd. I don't know whether it's just a cheap movement. Yeah, there you go. It stopped again. So I don't know if it's meant to be hacking and it's just a little bit dodgy or what, but yeah, no, it's interesting. Look, the main thing that sold me on this is really the dial. The dial is just, it's got this really, it's got this cool little sort of honeycomb pattern on it. The indices and things are not just printed on, they seem to be sort of raised, applied indices, which are really nice. Now it's got the chronograph, it is a chronograph movement, but unlike a lot of chronographs, you can see it doesn't, the seconds hand is actually the seconds. The actual chronograph is on the 3 separate dials. So you've got the hundredths of a second there, you've got the tenths of a second there, you've got the 1 second chronograph dial down the bottom, and then you've got the minutes there. So it's a little bit unusual, but it doesn't seem to be working very well either. Well, seems to be working fine. I have to have a look at, that's interesting. I'll have to have a look at how that's meant to work. Maybe it's but it is still a very nice watch. Look, for $45, you know, you've got to understand that there's going to be certain aspects that are not you know, as up to snuff as, you know, some high quality watches, but the build construction all looks quite good. It says it's stainless steel. It says that water resistant to 100 meters. Look, on a watch of this, it doesn't have screw down buttons, so I would probably say it's probably just sort of more splash proof, you know, shower proof. I certainly wouldn't take a risk of trying to take this for a swim. The other things about it, the glass, it's a hard, they class it as Hard-X glass, which I think is like a mineral glass. It's not sapphire crystal at all, and you can sort of hear it's not, you know, so probably not super scratch resistant. The buckle is quite nice. It's got the Pegani design on it there as well. So all in all, look, for $45, it's a nice little watch. I might have to pull it open at some point and have a look and see what actual movement is inside it. And look, like I said, you know, there's the odd little thing here and there, like the fact that there's something funny going on with the hacking, and you know, the date doesn't perfectly line up, but it's actually quite an attractive sporty watch. I'll stick it on my arm and give you some arm shots. It's quite a large watch, and I've only got a 6 3/4 inch wrist, so we'll have a look and see if it's a bit too chunky for my wrist or what it looks like. Okay, so there it is on my wrist, my 6 3/4 inch wrist. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Might be slightly bigger, a little bit bigger than I wanted, but you know, it's not bad. It's easy to read and it feels very comfortable. The leather strap, despite, you know, it probably not being a particularly, you know, expensive leather or anything, it's actually quite very comfortable. And it actually feels very comfortable on my wrist. It doesn't feel overly heavy or particularly chunky on my wrist. Yeah, I don't mind it actually. Actually, it's sort of starting to grow on me, so yeah, I quite like it. Well, that's it for today, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I'll try and do a proper review of it in a little while, once I've had a bit of time with it and I can open it up and have a look at the innards. Thanks for tuning in. Please give us a like if you've enjoyed this video, and look at maybe subscribing to help us grow the channel and also to keep up to date with everything that we're doing. Thank you again, and we'll see you in the next video. Constant sorrows, a man of constant sorrows.